Hey, what's up everyone? Today I want to talk about when I bought my first house. And this was definitely a learning experience for me. And I gotta say that it ended up being a fucking nightmare. And the lesson learned, before I even get into the story, is you need to know what the fuck you're doing. You need to investigate and you need to learn everything there is to know about buying a house before you take that step forward, because I trusted, the real estate agents, and I trusted the company that was working with me. And, I learned the hard way that, as most people know out there, that you really can't trust anyone, especially when you're talking about money. People will just fuck you over any way, shape, or form, the first chance they get. So, I was shopping with a real estate agent, looking for the right house. I had a certain price range, and of course, you're always looking outside your price range. It's just natural, right? If you're high end, you can only spend 200 grand. You're looking at houses that are 215. That's just our nature, I think, is we always want a little bit better. So I was shopping in the price range that was a little more than I could afford, and the real estate agent told me that basically, we can make this happen. And what he meant was, he could dumb me up the paperwork, or there's a lot of things he can do to make this happen, which should have been my first clue, right? So found the house I liked, was very happy, and so basically started the process of going into escrow and buying my first property. And in doing so, we found out that there was a water leak in the shower, and it was the shower pan was leaking. And they have different stages. It's like a stage 2, a stage 3, and if, let's say, I'm not sure which one is which, but let's say it's a stage 3, what happens is the people selling the house, they have got to get that fixed before they sell the house. By law, they have to fix that before they sell the house. And if it's a stage 2, again, my terminology is off, then they don't have to legally fix it. It's basically the buyer is buying the property as is. So the shower pan leak was basically, it was something that mandatory needed to be fixed before they could sell their house. And so in the process of selling the house, this had to be fixed while they sold the house. They could not sell the house without fixing this problem by law. So they lied to me and said, it's a number 2, and we don't have to by law fix it, so you'll be buying it as is. So, I didn't know the difference, so I said, okay. I liked the house so much that I figured, I would buy the house and then get this fixed. And the approximate cost of this was somewhere in the neighborhood of, I want to say, it depends on whether I make the shower nice, or I just do depending on how much money I want to spend on the shower itself, because you have to bust out the shower, go in, fix it, and then redo the shower. So the way I was looking to do it, we're looking at about 16 grand to fix this problem, because the showers were all marble, and I wanted it to be done right. I wanted the shower to be, a big glass shower that you could walk in. So I was, whatever, I'll eat the 16 grand. I like the house enough. So come to find out that they needed to pay for that to be fixed by law. And they lied to me and told me they didn't. So I found out this information in the middle of escrow, and I, confronted them with it. And of course they lied and, told me that I was wrong. That's not the right information. They don't have to. And either I buy the house or I don't. What do you want to do? Make up your mind. So I ended up having to get a lawyer and, and basically fighting them on this. And, I won. And I also won a liquid settlement of, I believe it was $22,000, and that was basically what they agreed to pay me, because I could call the real estate commissioner, and cause them problems. They could possibly lose their license, over this situation, because when they pull something like that on someone, it's serious shit. So that was basically what ended up happening. Is I got a $22,000 liquid settlement, and I got the shower pan, the shower completely fixed, 100%, and it ended up being a great situation. But again, me not knowing that by law that had to be fixed, I could have, lost that 30 whatever $1,000 that I ended up gaining. So the lesson learned is to investigate and have knowledge of what you're getting yourself into. Do not take the real estate agent's word or a mechanic's word or anything else in life. Investigate and know, what you're talking about. Also, in that process, the real estate agent tried to charge me. He tried to charge me points twice, which is unbelievable. But yeah, he tried to charge me points twice. He charged me up front, and at the close of escrow, I went in, and basically after you buy the house, you go in, you pay the escrow fees, and they hand you the key, and it's done. So I went in, and the numbers didn't seem right, and I was like, what the hell? And of course, you're excited to get the key and move in the house. You already have the moving truck planned, you have everything set up, you're ready to move in the house. So you want to just go ahead and pay whatever it is, get that key, and get on with your life. And I knew something wasn't right, so of course I waited. I didn't accept the key. I didn't sign the paperwork. And and then the next day, I went and investigated it, and found out from another friend of mine who's a real estate agent by going through the paperwork that, yeah, they were basically going to charge me points twice. So the real estate agent was going to try to make double commission. And it's just unbelievable. And I was just blown the fuck away that this is actually happening. So, that's my experience of not knowing what the fuck I was doing. But luckily, I had friends and people that helped me through the process and were there to answer any questions. And one more thing, one more way I got fucked is at the close of escrow, when the people selling the house move out, when they give you the key, it's up to you to go do the walkthrough in the house. And what you do is you go walk through and you make sure everything is right before you sign the escrow, close of escrow. Once you sign that, that means you're agreeing to the sale and it's final, it's done. So, I didn't do the walkthrough. Why? I couldn't even tell you. I just ended up not doing the walkthrough, not thinking it was an important thing. When I ended up signing the paperwork, getting the key, and going to the house the next day, the people that lived there before me left all their shit at the house, all their garbage. They just moved the shit they wanted and left all their shit there for me to deal with. And there was nothing I could do about it because I already signed the paperwork. So I had to hire people to come in and get rid of all this shit that they left behind. So that's another lesson that was learned. And so me buying my first house, I totally, almost got fucked every way possible. And I'm just giving this information to people so they can understand how important it is to educate yourself and have the knowledge going in about everything you're doing. When you're buying a house, you need to be educated from A to Z and know every aspect. And don't trust the real estate agent. Just don't trust what they're telling you, because in every business, in every different parts of there's good people and bad people, and you might get that real estate agent that's not a good person, and could try to fucking you, or just not being honest with you. And it's just important, very important, to just be educated and not put the trust in someone else. It's sad, but it's true. And again, probably 98% of the real estate agents out there are probably honest, hardworking people that just want to help people. But there's a small percentage, that are bad seeds, which is with every business. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to educate, and hopefully this will help some people out there when they're buying their first house. They make sure they're educated about every aspect so they don't have these kinds of problems. So anyway, guys.